If you're in the marketing industry and you're working B2B, if you're trying to sell services to other businesses, then this is the show for you. Welcome to the first episode of the weareslam show, where we share marketing trends, best practices, and ideas to help your business grow. Today, I'm here with our co-founder and head of operations, Dusty Kelley. Welcome, Dusty.
Thanks.
Just so happens to be my older brother. No, I'm kidding. My younger brother. But we're really excited because today we actually had a Google Partners event. And a lot of what you do on a day-to-day basis is you manage and oversee a lot of our Google partner programs, like Google AdWords and YouTube advertising and just all of the above. And so we got some really cool insight today into B2B, business to business advertising, and just like the entire market and where it's headed and how we can best do online advertising for our businesses and our clients. What did you think about that today?
There's a lot of good content. We had a good showing here. Google's always coming out with study after study showing what users are doing and the current trends online. So following them is always a good step to do for any business.
Their data has just been awesome. I was really pleased with today's turnout and information because they shared some information in the B2B space that we don't typically get to see. A lot of the information and studies that you see online are all in that B2C space. So if you're a marketing director or if you're in the marketing industry and you're working B2B, if you're trying to sell services to other businesses, then this is the show for you. Briefly, I want to share with you, Dusty and I, some of the things that we learned about this new B2B buyer, what that buyer looks like, and what that means to your business. And so, the first thing that they talked about in this new B2B buyer profile is that business buyers are curious. And that means that they are increasingly going online to do research.
Yeah, the data is showing that these buyers are more self-directed in the research. They're not depending on sales reps or catalogs for that information. They're actually going online and doing all the research themselves.
And it's crazy. So right now, I think Google said that 68% of B2B buyers prefer to go online and do their own research before any sort of contact with a vendor.
Yeah, and that's amazing.
And so what it all starts with the search?
Yeah, so not all buyers in that space are looking to buy at the moment. They're doing the research beforehand. So you want the searches that you're going after are the ones that are in the learning phase of that process. In fact, I think one of the things they said today was that the average buyer in that space searches 12 times before they actually make a purchase. So you want your website to be informational and you want them to push them along the funnel.
Yeah, I mean, that's good information. It's amazing how the landscape is changing. They said that even when sales reps are used, people like to do the research first. And so keep that in mind. One of the things that they mentioned very clearly is that if you withhold information, then you're potentially losing the sale right up front. And so that's going to happen over and over again. Do not withhold information. Provide as much information as you can on those landing pages and, in your copy.
The second thing that we learned about the new B2B buyers is that they're more demanding. There's a lot more options out there. Information's easy for them to get. So when it comes down to it, the new battleground for growth is assistance.
And Google defines assistance as this helping people to grow, essentially. I think they actually did a defined search in the search engine, and it came up with the process of helping people grow. But in marketing, it is to help people find that information that they need. Anything that you can do to assist the buyer in their purchase journey is something that is going to end up helping you in the long run. So the key here is that, like Dusty said, assistance is the new battleground for growth. And the third thing that Google mentioned today in our Google Partners event is that the new B2B buyer is impatient. think of the state of, the time that we have as just people and the amount of information that's online. Like we don't have a whole lot of time to sift through, things that aren't relevant to us. Google shared some pretty amazing stats on how people actually, how much time they spend in digital, like on their phone and on their computers.
And people are spending on average 11 hours, a little over 11 hours on digital media a day. That's mobile and computer digital media. And, with how fast information is to get, people don't like to wait anymore. And that's why if it takes more than 3 seconds for your mobile site to load, you're getting people abandoning the site altogether and not going back to your site.
It's crazy. So one of the key takeaways was your site, especially on mobile, has to be fast because, like you said, more than half of the people that visit are, going to abandon the site if it takes a long time to load. So you got to figure out how to make it faster. Google has some really good tools to help you kind of see where your weak points are. And of course, we can help you with that too. But the final thing I want to leave you with today is this realization that you're not just competing in the B2B space with your competitors because of the state of just like the way that we interact with digital. You're actually competing with all of the best experiences that your consumers, that your customers actually have had. And so if your B2B site, if your site doesn't match their expectations, regardless if it's the best site in your niche, if it doesn't match their expectations, then it's going to be a poor customer experience and you could potentially lose customers that way as well. Any thoughts on that? Just like good user experience?
So not only do you want your site to run fast, you want whatever the user is clicking on to get to your site to match what's on that landing page. You don't want to give them bait and switch there, even if it's by a little bit. And once they're on the site, if they want to convert, you want the forms on your site to be simple and easy to fill out. You don't want to have long blank answer spaces. You just want to get their contact information, payment information if it's e-commerce, and move on from there. As little information as you can gather as possible, and they're more likely to convert.
Yeah, the main idea here is that use that initial call to action, that lead generation form, as a way just to gather an email to get you to that next step. If you ask for everything under the sun, it's pretty much guaranteed that they're not going to fill out the form, and then you're just spending money to get people to bounce from your site. And so I thought, scale to 1 to 10, I thought today's event from Google was a 10. I mean, the level of information was absolutely amazing, and really excited about some of the data that they're providing to us to help our clients and our friends grow their businesses and their brands. And so just quick summary, the new B2B buyer is curious, they're demanding, and they're impatient. And there's ways that now that you know that you can develop your site, develop your advertising messages to connect with those types of buyers. And so Dusty, thanks for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for watching. If you have a question about today's topic or just about marketing in general, put that question in the comments right here on this video, and we, Dusty, I, or someone from our team will respond to your question. And we look forward to helping you to grow your brand, to grow your business, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you just watched, subscribe, then hit that bell. You'll be the first to be notified when new content goes live. After that, you can watch more videos from Slam Agency. We've picked something we think you'll love.